What's up, guys? This is Network, and we're back with another video. And today we're going to give you the direct game on how to sweep your credit and show you exactly how to do this process. We're not going to beat around the bush or gatekeep any of the information. We're just going to show you exactly how to do this, because in 2026, guys, the only people that are going to last in this business are people who are actually offering real value and giving real information. So to hop straight into it, for your credit sweep, you're going to need a few bytes of information. So you need your name, you need, obviously, date of birth, address, email, phone number, and then you need an Identity IQ account or a smart credit account. I recommend the Identity IQ account because it shows up better, it has a better interface, and it's just easier to see when you use it down the line for your account numbers, because that's what you're going to need it for, is the account numbers and the specific information. It needs to be exact. So for Identity IQ, I believe they have a free trial. I think Smart Credit does too. So if you just need to use it temporarily to fix your credit, because this process isn't going to take too long, you can do it that way. And then you need to go to the next step and freeze your credit. So freezing your credit is going to be one of the things that you have to do. You can't skip this part of the process. You can't skip any of these things, guys, or I wouldn't be showing you. And you have to freeze it because you need to make sure that all of the information that you are trying to dispute is able to not be in question, and these companies can't try to go and verify these accounts, because that's the first thing that they're going to do. And you're going to be using specific laws to make sure that they can't verify this information. So if you don't lock these verification sites or these bureaus, then they can go ahead and try to verify that information. And then you need a picture of your driver's license, utility bill, or bank statement with address matching. So make sure that you match the address. I had a few people give me information that doesn't match, an ID from one state and then a utility bill from another state and things like that. You can't do that. So that wouldn't make sense for verification purposes. And you need to have your social security card, because a lot of people go into this process and they do everything right, but then they don't have their social security card. And the social security card is going to be one of the main verification tactics that they use in this process. So once you got all that information ready and you go to these different sites and freeze those up, I'll show you. So you want to go to LexisNexis, put in your information here, lock it up. Then you go to Innovis, put your information in, lock it up, and you want to opt out. Make sure you opt out of this information. You don't want to opt in, you want to opt out. Check systems. And we'll talk about check systems in other videos, probably more in 2026. Check Systems is a very important site that a lot of people don't know about. And Check Systems keeps a lot of information in regards to your bank accounts and in regards to just accounts in general that you have with financial institutions. And this could affect you in multiple different ways, not just your credit. Check Systems could affect you in just going into a bank and getting an account started. And that could affect you with credit, because you can't get credit if you don't have any relationships with any banks. So we go to Check Systems, we opt out. And then you want to go to your credit report. So this is what I was talking about in regards to account numbers. As you see, we have account number here at the top. And account number is going to be something that you need to make sure that you can get access to, because that's going to be something that you use on your FTC report when you are questioning the accounts that are, the negative accounts that are on your credit. So when you look here, you see a firm at the top right of your credit report. It says reports and scores. Below that, it says a firm incorporated. And then you can see that it says account number, account type, and then account type detail, which is basically the type of account, the bureau code, stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. But you want to then create a note in your notes and basically take that credit bureau. So, for example, you're in the middle here at Experian on your credit report, and you want to write down Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax if you have an account on all three with that same affirmed account. But for example, for this specific account, you only have Experian. So you're going to go ahead and put that Experian account information into your notes. And you want to take that account number, you want to take everything, the name, date opened, and the balance. And you want to put that exactly how we have it on the notes to the left. And what this is going to do, this is going to prepare you for when you make your FTC reports and also when you write your letters to the bureaus. So make sure you gather all this information, put it together, and then we're going to move forward. So then you take another account. So let's say this account has the same information on TransUnion and Experian. So you want to take that account number. Don't worry about the last 4 digits. You just want to make sure the numbers that you have right there available to you to copy. You still want to make sure you have it all copied, but you're not going to see the whole number. That's okay. You just want to copy that, and you want to make that available. So then you put TransUnion, and then the account is called CB. And then you copy your account number, and then you put what kind of account it is. It's a charge count. The open date was 2019, and the amount is $242. And then you want to do the same thing for Experian, because you have an Experian account with that as well. All right. Then you move on. So Once we move on, we get to this other account, and you get the gist of this right here. So now you move to your inquiries. So a lot of people don't realize you can get the inquiries off your report as well. So the inquiry is going to be kind of the same thing, but just a different type of way that you record the information, obviously, because it's not an actual account. It's an inquiry. So you take the name of the creditor, and then you get the date of inquiry, and then you get the credit bureau that it did the inquiry on, and you put that into your notes as you see on the left side. Once you get all that information collected, you will then put that into your notes, and you have all that information ready. Now you go to your specific letter. Now you have to have a specific letter to send to the credit bureaus, because this letter is going to put you in position to be able to get those accounts removed in literally 4 to 7 days. And this is not a maybe, guys. This is going to be removed because it's a matter of fact. These are facts that we are putting in this letter to make sure that these accounts are removed. So you're going to put your name, date of birth, SSN, address, email, date, etc. And once you put all that information in, you'll be able to go ahead and start putting all your information from your notes on your report into your actual letter. Okay, so here we go. Go to grab this information here, put our inquiry information. And you want to take your information from your written down area to your letter. And once you put all your information into your letter, then you want to move on to your FTC report. Now, your FTC report is going to have a series of steps that you need to go through to solidify the report with the FTC. So, step-by-step process. Go to identitytheft.gov, and then you want to get started. And then you want to go to I want to report identity theft. And then you want to find the accounts that are involved, etc. And you'll basically do a report on all the accounts. So you'll have a certain amount of accounts that you can list on the FTC. And once you go through that certain amount of accounts, which I believe it's 6 accounts, don't quote me on that, but it's a certain amount of accounts you can put on the FTC report, the original box, and then you'll have to add more of those accounts at a later part of the process for the FTC report. It's 5 accounts, actually. So then you want to go to identity verification for your FTC report. So you want to go ahead and just get a text verified number. You can do that at textverified.com, and they'll give you a phone number where you can basically create your FTC account. And you want to make sure all your information matches: date of birth, email address, current mailing address, account limit. So here we go. Right here, it's telling you about each character limit of number of accounts limit. So if the list of accounts inquiries exceeds the space allowed, you want to submit a second FTC report for that same bureau. When uploading Google Drive, name the downloaded documents accordingly. So that's just for my team here, but for you guys, you want to keep your information some level of organized. If you don't organize the information, you're going to get lost, because this is a lot of information, especially if you have a lot of negative accounts. If you have negative accounts, let's say 4, 5, even 6, or even 4. 4 accounts could get so confusing, because you got to remember, you're going to be disputing 4 accounts on at least 2 or 3 bureaus. So that's going to be separate FTC reports for all of those accounts. So on those different bureaus. So when you want to handle inquiries, the FTC form allows up to 3 inquiries to be added. Any additional inquiries should be included in the personal statement section. If the personal statement field does not allow enough space, submit another FTC report. And this is why you need to make sure that you have all your information organized, so you don't run into the issue of basically losing track of where your information is and what you've reported and what you didn't report. And if that happens, you run the risk of not getting your accounts removed. So then you go into your personal statement. This is the personal statement you put on the FTC report, and we will go over that more inside of the Patreon in detail. So this is the report, and we're going to go through it. So we're not going to go through all of it, guys, because we'll go through this in more detail. We're going to do like a 20, 30-minute video doing all of this in detail on the Patreon. So be looking out for that. It's coming real soon, but We're going to go through this credit card accounts, FTC report. So remember I said you want to report identity theft. And then you want to go loans, leases, student loans, credit card accounts, etc. And then open fraudulent account to get a personal loan. And then go continue. And this is where you start putting in your accounts. As you see to the left side, there are accounts that we have written down from our detailed organized notes. So you want to make sure that if you get nothing from this video, make sure that you need to be organized from this process, guys. So we're going to put our accounts in. I'm not going to go through this whole thing right now, but you want to put your accounts in, and you want to make sure that everything is put correctly, because if the information is not correct, then how could you have them try to verify something is unverifiable when they can't even verify that it's the same information that matches your report? So you want to go ahead and put all that information in. It's pretty self-explanatory here as we go over it. So to finalize your credit sweep, you need to send all your credit documents to the credit bureaus, and I listed it below because basically you're going to send this FTC report and the letter that I showed to you guys earlier. You're going to send all that information into separate packets to each separate credit bureau. And that information is going to be sent to these direct addresses for Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. You want to make sure that you send this information direct access, certified mail, and you want to make sure this is a definite detail that a lot of people miss, and it's a big reason why a lot of people's process doesn't work out. You want to make sure that the information is notarized. The information has to be notarized. And so you want to have your FTC identity theft report, the copy of your driver's license, a copy of your social security card, recent utility bill, and recent bank statement. And all this information needs to match addresses. So if the information on your report, if the address on your report doesn't match the address on your utility bill, that's a problem. If the address on your ID doesn't match the address on your utility bill or the address on your report, that's a problem. You want to make sure that all this information matches up. If you have issues matching up this information, or if you need assistance with this information to needing it to be matched up, contact us, get on the Patreon. We'll have a video explaining how to do all this stuff, guys. So we'll have a video explaining how to make sure your utility bill matches up, how to make sure that you got all your documents, how to make sure that you have the right letter and you're writing the right words into your FTC report. That's going to be something we'll go over inside of the Patreon. We'll go over all of the details. But for you guys who are go-getters out there right now and just want to get started with the process, you have all the details pretty much here. And that's pretty much all the information you need to get started with your credit sweep. So I want you guys to get active, guys. I need you to like and comment on the videos, guys. Like and comment on the videos, and make sure that you send it to a friend, and make sure you sweep your credit, guys. 2026 is going to be very dependent on people who are financially healthy. So you want to make sure that you're financially healthy so you can capitalize on all these opportunities that are going to be coming in 2026 with the economy changing, with assets depreciating. You want to be able to go ahead and buy yourself assets and do things for yourself with your credit while you can sweep your credit. So it's a network. We're back with another video. We'll see you on the next one.